Welcome back. It's Chris Salcedo Show. Our telephone number is 281-558-5738, 281-558-KSEV1. Welcome to the program. Senator from the great state of Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn. Welcome back to the Chris Salcedo Show.
I am delighted to be with you. Thank you so much.
Look, I've got to say this first. You and the Republicans, you protected me and my family. You guys protected us from socialists in this country when you voted in the affirmative for Judge Amy Coney Barrett. So first off, thank you. And you want to comment on that whole process?
Oh, yes. Being a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee and working through this process, I tell you, it really did take our October to get it done. But yes, she is confirmed. She is a brilliant jurist. She is a constitutionalist. And that's what you want on the court. You do not want activists that are either liberal or conservative. What you want is a judge who is going to call balls and strikes, and that is what you have in Justice Barrett.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. And somebody who upholds the Constitution of the United States, so vitally important. Look, Texas is getting flooded. You probably know this. Texas is getting flooded with a bunch of blue money. They want to install socialists. We've got a lot of conservatives running, though. Trey Penny up in North Texas trying to supplant Eddie Bernice Johnson, who I know you're familiar with. Wesley Hunt in South Texas. And the great Beth Van Dyne in North Texas. Liberals outside trying to defeat them, but the Republicans are coming to bat for the conservatives in the state of Texas. How are you guys helping stave off this attack from left-wing states?
Yeah, one of the things that we can do is help get the message out. And that is so vitally important because people need to know what the left plans to do if they take the House, the White House, and the Senate. And while you have the squad and some of the leftists, Bernie Sanders, out there talking about it, you don't have the mainstream media talking about it all. They keep saying Joe Biden is a moderate. Kamala Harris is a moderate. Well, Kamala Harris has been rated the most liberal member of the U.S. Senate, more liberal than Bernie, more liberal than Elizabeth Warren. And that's not by me. That's by GovTrack. And what they're trying to do is really pour a lot of money in to try to turn Texas blue, to do away with the oil and gas industry, to do away with 153 million Americans' access to private health insurance, to do away with Medicare for 57 million Americans, and put everybody into a Medicaid program. That's their goal. Now, one of the reasons we all need to get behind Beth and push her across the finish line and make certain that you've got a Republican is because what is she going to do? She's going to defend Texas. She is going to defend freedom. She is going to push back against socialism. She's going to make certain that you can continue to get your health insurance, either from the private market or your employer. She's going to protect those seniors that are enrolled in Medicare, want to keep their Medicare. She is going to make certain that we keep the Electoral College, that we do not give statehood to Washington, D.C., which is what they're trying to do, and to Puerto Rico. And this is all their 100-day agenda. And just remember, Barack Obama said, we're going to radically transform this country. Then Donald Trump won. So what did the left immediately do? They labeled themselves the resistance.
Yep.
And they have been the resistance. They have fought everything he has tried to do. And what they have been successful at is getting the media to work with them so that every single day, Donald Trump and Republicans have had to go by a gauntlet of media that is going to villainize them, demonize them, ridicule them, and mock them.
Yep. I got to, you know what? I got to tell you, not only that, they're also burning down our cities. They're killing our police officers. They're killing our fellow citizens. It is nasty out there because they lost an election. Senator Marsha Blackburn is our guest right now here, folks, on the Chris Salcedo Show. I want to circle you back to something you mentioned about what the Republicans here who are running in the state of Texas trying to protect our energy sector. And you know full well what they're trying to do out there. On the energy front, you've got Kamala Harris and both Biden going after fracking, going after the oil industry. Joe Biden admitted on that debate, the last debate, that he wants to just get rid of the oil industry ultimately. And it's not just the industry in states like Texas or in Pennsylvania or in Oklahoma. It is the industries that support that industry. It is a cascade effect which will be catastrophic to our economy. The Democrats want to usher in. It's dangerous, no?
Oh, it is very dangerous. Remember, we are an economy that uses oil and gas. One of the cleanest ways to cook, to heat your home, is gas. And what are they trying to do? Joe Biden said it. The Green New Deal, which they're going to start implementing in the first 100 days, would do away with oil and gas. He said, we're going to transition you out of oil and gas.
Wow.
They want to move you to electric vehicles. Well, 40% of all the electricity in this country is generated from coal. It's just amazing.
I agree. And
shut this economy down.
You and I both know natural gas is abundant in the United States. It's clean burning. And we would be able to transition all of our factories, even some of our cars, to natural gas. It's a wonderful bridge fuel, so technology can catch up. But the Democrats don't want anything to do with it because natural gas means prosperity, and that's really what the war is. It's a war against prosperity the Democrats are waging. And that brings me to the press. You mentioned the press isn't covering anything that the Democrats have been up to. And that includes, well, we're up to 3 branches of this Hunter Biden, Joe Biden laptop, which shows some pretty damning texts and pictures. You've got Bubalinski, who's out there, gave Tucker a massive interview, an entire hour interview about the dealings that how Beijing Biden sold us out to China. And then you've got this sex tape of Hunter Biden that was allegedly in the possession of the Communist Party of China that many are speculating could have been used to blackmail the former vice president. Question for you, 2 questions. The press, what is your reaction to the press not covering any of it, number one? And number 2, how worried are you that maybe the Bidens, in particular the candidate for president, is compromised by foreign governments, including China?
Well, Chris, that's the question. When you look at the fact that we know Hunter Biden had at least $1.5 billion invested with him from the Chinese, Bobulinski says there's more because of what he was involved in. He feels like he can fill in some of the unknowns that were there in the report that Senator Johnson and Senator Grassley did. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to John Cornyn. He's done a great job at Senate Judiciary Committee working on these issues of accountability and trying to get to the bottom of what has been happening with all of the social media. So,
Amen.
for all you Texans, John Cornyn is doing a great job for you, and he deserves to come back to the Senate. But I have to tell you, when you look at this, the question is Joe Biden going to be loyal to his son, or is he going to be loyal to the American people?
Oh.
And during the administration, the Obama-Biden administration, when the Department of State, when the CIA, when the NDI went to Joe Biden and said there's problems and conflicts of interest, what did Joe Biden say? Hey, man, don't worry about it. Hey, man, don't worry about it. So this is the way they are going to deal with issues like that. You've already got your answer.
Yep.
And here's the thing, Chris. Have they ever refuted the authenticity of those emails?
No, they have not. No, they have not. And the last question I have for you, I only got about 60 seconds left. if you, as a sitting member of Congress or just a citizen, saw the contents of a laptop that you saw illegality, and you've heard about some of the illegal content that is allegedly contained on that laptop, you would be required to go to law enforcement. You would be required to act, or else you could be held liable.
Correct.
What is Christopher Wray's excuse? He's been in possession of this laptop going on 10 months now, and the FBI hasn't acted. Is it possible that our FBI, in an effort to shield Democrats from culpability in an election year, sat on potential criminal activity so as to benefit Democrats? Is that possible?
It is possible. And when you look at what has happened with Hillary Clinton and the email scandal, we now know she's the one that cooked up the plan. We know also that James Comey and Rod Rosenstein and others were involved in this. Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, they were all in cahoots. And we have done hearings with Rosenstein, Yates, and Comey. Here they are at the top of the FBI and the Department of Justice, and they're going, oh, we never heard a word. We didn't know anything was going on. Well, if you believe that, I've got a big old bridge I want to sell you today.
Senator Marsha Blackburn, the great state of Tennessee, and you are a fantastic lady. We always appreciate the time you give us here on the Chris Salcedo Show, and I hope we can talk again.
You got it, and vote for Beth.
Hey, thank you, sir. And ma'am. Thank sirs and ma'ams out there. Thank you very much.
Newsmax TV is now America's fastest growing cable news channel. We give you the real news you need. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Newsmax TV streams live on YouTube for free. Newsmax TV, real news for real people.